So today we're gonna be talking about how I create my stylized art using just basic shape modeling and some bevel modifiers. So right here on my window is I'm showing you two types of art style that I use. So they're both stylized, and the only difference is that the other one is more like cute and cleaner, and the other one is more on the more stylized, more distorted model with damage on the sides. So both are great, but it depends on how you render the model or how you color them so that the art style will go along with the color or the final render. So the pros and cons, there's not really any pros, but there's gonna be like more time spent on each model. So for this one, these are basic shapes. Like all you need to do is just add bevel modifiers on them and make the the edges more beveled. You can even add like um, subdivision surface to make it more smoother than the other one, this one. So for this one, it's okay to have edgy edge or what do you call that. So it's okay to have those, and like these are meant to be distorted. So the more distortion or like parts that are not straight or something is that's better on this art style. So these are usually used on games like World of Warcraft. You can see the stylization there, that some of the parts are really exaggerated. Like for example, this one you can even add like subdivision. I mean like a loop here. Then you can just scale this like that, so it looks like more cartoony. It's more fun, although this one is also fun, but it all depends on what you want really. So I will show you how I model this what do you call this, maybe it's a washing machine something like that. So basically I'm gonna turn on my screencast keys. Okay, there we go. So we started cube. Okay, so next is we're gonna do the slope. Okay, so around this part right here, what I did was I manually beveled this edge, but you can also use weights, so you can just bevel this part right here. For that I use add-ons like this one, hops. So I add bevels on different edges so they don't have the same bevel weights, but that's another tutorial, for that's another video. So right now we're just gonna do a manual bevel. So before you do bevels though, if you want to add more loops, so you need to add that, or else it's gonna you're gonna have an issue in adding those loops. Although you can still add loops like this, like that, but it's gonna give you more time, and this kind of orientation is gonna happen. But you can also still fix that by just like that. But yeah, you're gonna have a lot of manipulation on the shape. So we're gonna, for this one we're not gonna add more loops because we don't need to move certain parts of the model like this one. So yeah, so before that I'm gonna add a bevel. So you can just go around here, add bevel, but I have hops, so I'll just use this instead. Okay, so the reason why we're going to bevel this manually, because we just want it to be more rounded than the other parts right there. So this artifacting happens when you have so much bevel on your model, so you can just adjust the bevel weights. So that's why it's better to just practice using bevel on edges, like different weights on the edge, so that you will not have those kind of artifacting. So anyway, or what do you call it, I'm not sure. And guns or something, yeah. So anyways, let's proceed. So now we're just gonna duplicate this one so that we have the same angle on the top. So instead of like extruding like on the z-axis, we're going to do double Z, so that we're gonna press double Z on the keyboard, so we have like we're gonna extrude upwards. So yeah, so now we're gonna bevel this edge right here. Okay, so now I have an add-on, so I can symmetrize whatever is on the left side or on the right side to the other side. So that, although you can also do that manually, just bevel, then highlight this one, then shift R to repeat the same process on the other side. Okay, so now I'm gonna move this. Okay, so we're just gonna press double G to slide the vertex, something like that. So we already have that. Okay, let's try. Okay, we have so much bevel on that part. Okay, so we're finally there. So now we're just gonna make a cylinder for the hinge. Okay. Okay. Right there. So the thing about stylized modeling is that you have to be simple, but you also need to be functional. Like every part needs to be functional. So that's one of my weakness sometimes, that it's hard for me to make a simple model and make it look functional without making it look functional. So sometimes I go overboard with the details. So yeah, that's something I need to learn how to do. So it's more like caricature. So sometimes you go overboard with the details and it comes out realistic instead of just simple cartoon. So what I did there was like I just applied auto smooth. Okay, so for this one, sharpen and auto smooth. So yeah, you should try using hops because it's very nice. It will make your workflow faster. So we're beveling this edge. So I'm gonna use select face, inset, extrude. Okay, so now add it there. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna duplicate this face, press P, selection, separate the selection, so you can extrude this and bevel. So there we go. So what I like about when I do my models, I tend to like instead of modeling from this one, instead of just extruding this like inset, extrude, that I sometimes tend to like I like separating parts like this one, because I want to like have more control on the parts that I want. So, and also I'm very um, like I want every edge to have shadows. So you know, to avoid that problems with bubbling, like what we had in this part, because sometimes if you just extrude a model, like for example this one, So if you have like a very small space, something like that, so sometimes the problem with having this kind of modeling is that the the when you add a bevel, it happens. These kind of things happen. So if you have uh, higher bevel weights here than this one, so you cannot really control them. So the 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 tendency is that you're gonna have something like this. So what I usually do is I separate them so that I can bevel this all I want and not gonna affect this one. But you, as what I said, you can use bevel weights on different edges. But yeah, okay. So that's it for the cute model one, the cute model. So yeah, for this one, we don't really need like too much bevel. Although you can have like zero bevel on this one, but if that's what you want, and yeah, but for me I like it to have like at least a minimal amount of bevel so that the light when I render it is gonna reflect better than not having any bevels at all. So yeah, so for this one we're gonna add loops. Okay, so why are we adding loops? Because we want to have more control over the edge of each of the shape itself. So what we're gonna do is, what I usually do is, instead of like sculpting these edges, so you know, for stylized art you usually do is, what you usually do is sculpting, because you want to have like these edges, but you can also achieve it using polygon modeling. So what you're gonna do is just select a vertex and press Shift Control B. So yeah, so that's basically adding bevels to vertex. So you can do that here, you can do it there. So usually we add this to the corners of each shape, so we can have that kind of like it's damage or something like that. So yeah, so always make it like it has some shape variation, size variation. So what you can do is you can click on one of the points or vertex here, then you can just press G double time twice, and you can slide the vertex all you want. So now we're gonna add we're gonna move some points here just to have that a little bit of stylized effect, something like that. So now we're gonna add a little bit of bevel. So if you can see right now, there's no bevel on this model. So if we're gonna add bevel, the light will be reflected better. So that's with bevel, this is without bevel, so you can see the difference. So now we're gonna select this face right here. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we duplicate that, we separate, and we extrude. Okay, so we have this sharp edge right here. So what we can do is we can just delete that, because we should have duplicated that before we extrude. So yeah, we can just close it by using F. So, okay. So now we have this shape right here. So we're gonna do some more stylization here. Okay, so we don't want like straight shapes, because that'll make it look unrealistic. I mean, it's unrealistic, but it will make it look like unnatural. So yeah, that is the word, unnatural. So okay, there we go. So this is more like a washing machine thrown out of the window. Okay, so we're going to make we're gonna create a cylinder. So same process like what we did on the other one. The only thing that's different is how we make the stylization. Okay. So for this one, we're gonna inset, because if we're gonna bevel one I mean the vertex right now, it's gonna make it look like it's weird. So we're gonna add more supporting edges. So now we can like do it like this. We join that so there's more support. So we can slide this one. So yeah, there we go. Okay, so add bevel to it, just a little bit. Okay, so now we're gonna bevel we're gonna bevel some more. Okay, so we're gonna push it so that it has more variation. So I guess that's enough for now. So we're gonna extrude, duplicate. Okay, so if you cannot select it, like sometimes you can, there we go. So what you can do is just press Alt Z. So yeah, there we go. So extrude. Then for this one, we're not gonna make it like that, because it's not gonna be consistent with the other parts which are sharp. So we want it to make like maybe 2 is enough, so that it looks like more sharp, like sharper than the other model. So there we go. We want hard edges on the model. So this actually my bad right here. So yeah, it looks the same but with more hard edges on the other art style. So yeah, there we go. So depends on what you want. If you want to make it look like more fun, like World of Warcraft style, you will go with this one right here. But if you wanted to make it cute, or like what you see on Pinterest with the isometric art, which I do most of the time, so you can go with this one. So depends on what you want to deliver. Like if you want to be cute, then you can go with this one. Although this can still be cute, but you have to add more bevels to it, like rounded, like soft edges. So since there are like damaged sides on this, that's gonna give you more time on manipulating the images, I mean the shape, because it's gonna cost you it's gonna create those n-gons and artifacts that I showed you before, unless you want to use bevel on edges, so different bevel weights on different edges. So yeah, that's another tutorial. So like I said, so I hope you enjoyed this very short tutorial that I did right here. So I use most of this art style on all of my work that you see here on my channel. So if you want to ask questions, you can just post it on the comments below, and like and subscribe. You can share my video if it helps you. So it really helped me grow as, you know, a creator, and I just started creating stuff here on YouTube. And for all those who supported me, I really thank you, and I hope you still support me till on this journey until the end. So I hope it never ends though. So thank you, and God bless you. Bye.